What the puck are these and why are these so important? Well, in this video, I'm going to teach you all about jacking pucks for your C5 through C8 Corvette. Now, before I tell you about what these are and how they work, I need to let you know why these are important if you own a Corvette. The C5 through C8 Corvette does not have large pinch welds or large frame rails, kind of box sections that you can just put a lift arm onto or put a jack onto. There's none of that. So what happens often, more times than not, is people that are inexperienced with these cars that don't know what they're doing will go ahead and they'll take the lift arm and they'll pop it right on the rocker panel of the car. Now, these rocker panels are not easily replaced. They are glued to the car, so you can't just unbolt them and replace them. So if you crack a fiberglass rocker panel, you're in for a world of hurt. Insert why these... That light did not want to be part of this video. Insert why these are so popular. And get it? Joke. Insert. What these are going to do is they are going to go up and in to a little hole in the front and rear of the vehicle near the frame rails to where you can actually go ahead and put your lift arm or your jack right on the bottom of this. This makes for the best lift point on the car. You've got two in the front and two in the rear. So when you buy these, they are commonly sold in a pack of 4. I've only got 2 here just to kind of show you what we're working with. Now, you don't have to go out and spend the most money that you can on a nice CNC aluminum, machined piece here or something that's powder coated or anodized. You don't need anything like that. You can literally use a hockey puck, and that's what I did originally before I went and bought a set of jacking pucks with your vehicle. You can just basically put the hockey puck right underneath this hole in the car and the jack or the lift arm right underneath it and use that to lift the vehicle. Now, there's a few different kinds of jacking pucks here. The kind that I've got here are the temporary use, so you don't leave these in the vehicle. You can see that we've got kind of this circular pattern where it's going to go up into the oval hole in the car, and then it'll twist, and obviously the hole itself, now it's too big to let it out, so it'll just kind of hang there, and that's where you can put your jack or a lift arm onto. They make kinds where you have these threaded holes and a little insert that goes into your frame, where what'll happen with those is you put them up into the car and then you go ahead and you tighten those screws and then they're permanent. And then they just make a huge variety of overall styles and looks and everything like that of jacking pucks that you can imagine. So I like these kind here, the temporary ones. The biggest downside with these is you do have to remember to take them out of the car when you're done lifting and lowering your vehicle. So obviously you'll see when you're removing the jack, if this is where you're using to jack up the car, that this is still here. Don't leave these in here. It's going to be something that'll just rattle out or fall out down the road. They make these in aluminum. They make them in steel. I've seen them in like a rubber kind of polyurethane compound. So it doesn't really matter what kind of material jacking puck that you're using as long as you are using one. I've seen too many horror stories on the Corvette's forums of people, not knowing what they're doing, how to lift a car. And you can raise these cars from other points than just the points in the frame there. The rear differential cradle makes a great rear point to lift the car. And then once you've got that access, you've got some good points in the front of the car to lift it up there. I'll go ahead and throw a little icon here or a picture up in the video so you can see where I'm talking about as far as how to lift these cars. But you don't have to worry about, always using these to lift from. But if you are lifting from the frame rails on a Corvette, C5 or newer, you need to get yourself a set of jacking pucks. The one I have here is just from Amazon. They came in a package of 4. I just went with red so that way they're more noticeable to me or a mechanic if someone's working on my car, so that way they don't forget them in there. They don't leave them in there or anything like that. But without these, you are going to run the risk of damaging your car. And another thing too that helps make these jacking pucks so beneficial is if you are running a car that is lowered, like my C6 Grand Sport, it is even harder to lift these cars. So what these do is rather than having to snake the lift arm up and under the car and worry about pinching it between the body or the side skirt or something like that, again, like you'll see in that little clip I showed a few seconds ago here, this hangs down from the body. So you can see this right here. It's chunky. It hangs down from the body. So what this does is it gives you this extra thickness of the puck itself to where the jack or lift arm can attach to the vehicle. Otherwise, you're going to be basically running that lift arm, the difference of this, up to the car, again, risking it, pinching the body, pinching the side skirt, or something like that. So these jacking pucks are really worth it. You'll find them anywhere from $20 to $80, depending on material, whether they're, finished in a nice color, whether they're leave-in, whether they're temporary, but they're worth it. There's no particular one that I recommend. Just get yourself a set of jacking pucks so that way you're not stuck with a car that's got cracked rockers on it. And I've seen this before. They'll spiderweb crack, they'll shatter, they'll become loose from the body, and it'll even mess with, depending on what people are doing, the front fenders of the car as well. So Don't take that chance of not knowing what you're doing when you're lifting your car. Pick yourself up a set of jacking pucks and rest easy knowing that you are lifting and lowering your Corvette in the right way. And that's gonna wrap it up for this video. If you guys do have any questions or anything like that, definitely drop it in the comments down below. Let me know. Do you have a Corvette and a set of jacking pucks? Am I completely wrong? Do you not need jacking pucks? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you guys. That's gonna do it for this one. I will catch you guys in the next video.